you're joining us. We forgot to send out a reminder, so I was just doing that. Apologize if I'm bangy with my mouse. How's it going, everyone? Oh, forgot to maximize the window. All right. I know a few people are watching Jackie Wong on Jeopardy right now. Since it's syndicated, it's on it a million different times. So I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers. Hello, Traveler Phoenix and Linda. Thanks for joining us again. I did a couple tests and lowered the quality of the video, and hopefully we'll get through this round without any giant interruptions. Hi, welcome back, TJ. If you haven't joined us before, I'm going to give everyone about 5 minutes to roll in. I'll go over all the rules. If you are playing along and submitting answers, the links that you'll need for the answer sheets are in the video description below. If you haven't registered for this week yet, you can still do that just to send us your team name, just so we have an idea of how many answers to expect. Hope everyone's having a good week. It rains here all the time. I'm in Cleveland. But other than that, we're doing okay. I always wanted to get picked for the high school Jeopardy tournament. When I was younger, I used to watch Jeopardy with my grandpa. And I, did all the nerd things in high school, math team, quiz bowl, speech team. And I always wondered how they chose people for the high school tournament in the, late 90s. Oh yeah, you guys are near me. Ish. I've only lived in Cleveland since January, so I haven't done much exploring yet. I did drive right through Buffalo in January on my way to Canadians. I'm sure most people are here by now, but I'm still going to give it until about 8:05. If you haven't played with us before, you might find headphones helpful for the music round. It just kind of depends on your audio equipment and whether your computer has good sound or if you need headphones. The sound quality for this week is pretty decent, I think, since we're doing a look back at the past season, so I didn't have to unearth videotapes of videotapes of videotapes uploaded to YouTube from the 90s. So welcome back, Flutzes and Waxels. They're also doing some great ice dance content if you guys need something else to watch. Generally, most of the questions have been about seniors, a couple of junior things thrown in, but just a warning, we will have a few more junior questions this week. I figured since it's very recent history, tried to throw in a few things beyond just the top teams. Ready? Let's get going. All right, welcome to IceDance.com Trivia Challenge number 4. Thanks to a few of you that have been here more than a few, actually, that have been here for everyone. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for joining us if you're new. This has been a lot of fun to put together, and we're excited to do this for you and to have a chance to connect with more members of the ice dance community. So if you haven't registered, there's a link below. You can send us your team name, and that just helps us keep track of the teams as they come in, especially for the first round, and we aren't sure how much to expect. So let's get started. I'll explain how things work. Teams are great. If you want to work in a team, you don't have to work in a team, but if you want to, feel free. If you are working on a team, we ask for a maximum of 6 people per team. If you have more than that, then split up and make more teams, please. You will use the Google form below to submit answers after each round if you're playing with us live. If you're watching with us later, we're not going to score your answers. So if you're watching this video later, just feel free to keep score and play your own pace if you want. If you're playing on a team, just designate one person to submit the answers. Make sure you put the same team name or your name or an alias or whatever you want at the top of each form, because we don't get your email address or anything. The only way that we know whose form is who is from that team name at the top. So just make sure it's the same each time. We will play 3 rounds plus a final question. The rounds are trivia questions, music identification, and picture identification. You don't lose any points for wrong answers until the final question, so feel free to make educated or amusing guesses if you really don't know. And when you're guessing a team, using just last names are fine. We don't need first names. Spelling doesn't really count. We just need to know who you're talking about. And if you have any problems with the forms, that's our email address. But fingers crossed, we haven't had any issues with our Google Forms. Just with my video last week, but hopefully that's fixed. And finally, keep it fun. Don't cheat. Obviously, we all have the internet at our fingertips, but just use the knowledge in your own head or your team's heads. Okay, let's get started with round 1. Trivia questions. I will ask 6 questions. They are 6 points each. I'll pause after each question for you to confer with teammates if you have them, and then I'll give you a little bit of extra time at the end of the round, but I don't have the questions on the screen again. So if you're not sure of something, try to make a note so you can think about it at the end. All right, let's get started with question number 1. Who were the ice dance medalists at the 2020 European Championships? Name the teams in order. Obviously, by in order, I mean first, second, third. Who were the ice dance medalists at the 2020 European Championships? Oh man, I forgot background music. Is it weird and awkward? All right, question 2. Nominated musical only had 36 regular performances on Broadway in 2011. It was not popular in skating before last season, when 4 internationally competitive teams used selections from it for the rhythm dance. One of the teams medaled on the Senior Grand Prix, and another qualified for the Junior Grand Prix final. So that was kind of long, lots of clues in that, but just name the musical that these 4 teams used for the rhythm dance. Which Tony-nominated musical only had 36 regular performances on Broadway in 2011. It was not popular in skating before last season, when 4 internationally competitive teams used selections from it for the rhythm dance. One of the teams medaled on the Senior Grand Prix, and another qualified for the Junior Grand Prix final. Name the musical. That's time. Sorry. All right, moving on to question 3. Which team qualified for their second Grand Prix final last season, 5 years after their first qualification? They also won their first national title. Which team qualified for their second Grand Prix final last season, 5 years after their first qualification? They also won their first national title. By last season, I mean just this past. All right, moving on to question 4. At 2019 Finlandia Trophy, 3 of the 9 teams received no credit for a particular element. What was this element? At 2019 Finlandia Trophy, 3 of the 9 teams received no credit for a particular element. What was this element? Okay, question 5. Identify this team that began competing in the 2019-20 season. So a new team this past year. 4 clues. Both partners have won novice national titles, but in different disciplines and for different countries. They train at the Ice Academy of Montreal. They would have been their country's only dance entry at the 2020 World Championships. And they were 9th at the 2020 Four Continents Championships. So identify this team that began competing in the 2019-20 season. Both partners have won novice national titles, but in different disciplines and for different countries. They train at the Ice Academy of Montreal. They would have been their country's only dance entry at the 2020 World Championships, and they were 9th at the 2020 Four Continents Championships. All right, and moving on to question 6, final question in round 1. This is name the year. If you haven't played with us before, I'll give you kind of like the last question, 4 clues. All of these things happen in a calendar year, not a season, but in one 4-digit year, for example, 1895. So name the year that all 4 of these things happened. China replaced Germany in the Grand Prix series. Belbin and Augusto won their first Skate America title. The international judging system debuted. And Diana Davis was born. Name the year. China replaced Germany in the Grand Prix series. Belbin and Augusto won their first Skate America title. The international judging system debuted. And Diana Davis was born. All right, I'm going to give you guys about 3 more minutes. It's time to submit your answers. I'll give you another warning in a minute. There's a Google form link for round 1 in the description below the video. Make sure you're using round 1. And you can go ahead and submit your answers. Make sure you put your team name / your name or alias at the top. All right, about a minute left. A lot of you guys were very fast this round, but since it's round 1, we don't necessarily know exactly how many teams are playing. So, all right, we're going to wrap up round 1 and go over the answers. So, get those last submissions in if there's anyone left. Wow, there's a lot of people playing today. Welcome. All right, let's go over the answers for round 1. Number 1, who were the ice dance medalists at the 2020 European Championships? Name the teams in order. Bit of a shake-up there, but it didn't rattle very many of you. So Sina and Katsalapov won, Papadakis and Caesarone second, and Stepanova and Bukin third. Number 2, which Tony-nominated musical only had 36 regular performances on Broadway in 2011? It was not popular in skating before last season when 4 internationally competitive teams used selections from it for the rhythm dance. One of the teams medaled on the Senior Grand Prix, and another qualified for the Junior Grand Prix final. And that musical was Bonnie and Clyde. The 4 teams were Fournier, Baudry, and Sorensen, and Skopsova and Alyoshin on the senior level, and junior level was Shanaeva and Narishny, and Galyanova and Lockheed. And if there are any others that I don't know about, please let me know. I guess I should have said at least 4, but. All right, question number 3. Which team qualified for their second Grand Prix final last season, 5 years after their first qualification? They also won their first national title. And that was Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. Question number 4. At 2019 Finlandia Trophy, 3 of the 9 teams received no credit for a particular element. What was this element? It was the choreographic character step sequence, which, as far as I can tell, is the official name of the element. However, we also accepted character steps and choreo character and whatnot. Things like that. Number 5, identify this team that began competing in the 2019-20 season. Both partners have won novice national titles, but in different disciplines and for different countries. They train at the Ice Academy of Montreal, but really, who doesn't? They would have been their country's only dance entry at the 2020 World Championships, and they were 9th at the 2020 Four Continents Championships. The answer is Holly Harris and Jason Chan of Australia. Holly won national singles titles for Australia at both novice and junior, and Jason won a novice ice dance title for Canada. And number 6, name the year. China replaced Germany in the Grand Prix series. Belbin and Augusto won their first Skate America title. The international judging system debuted, and Diana Davis was born. That year was 2003. All right. I think a lot of you did really well that round. So I wish you best of luck in round 2, music identification. We'll have 6 questions again. They're 5 points each. And how this works, you will hear 6 clips of music. They are about a minute in length. I think most of the ones I was able to get for this week are pretty long. I will give you the specific event. However, unlike past times, I'm not guaranteeing that I pulled the music directly from the video of that event because the Grand Prix videos from last season are still locked down for the most part. So I had to use smaller competitions generally to pull the music. So I will give a specific event that program was skated at. Each clip will be played once. That's a change from last week since the clips are pretty long. And so I'll play them all once and give a little bit of time in between so you can confer with your teammates or think on your own. And then at the end of the round, I'll play all the clips once more, but kind of bang, bang, bang without too much pause between. And I need you to name the team that skated to it at the specific event. No need to name the music, although of course you can jot it down if that helps you. But I tried to pick recognizable parts of the music. If you haven't played with us before, I'm not trying to stump you with the music. So, all right. Without further ado, here is clip number 1. Oh, actually, with further ado, I'm going to adjust my audio settings, turn off the background music. So you guys can hear better. Okay. Sorry, go through this one more time because I backed up a slide. Okay. Now we're ready for clip number 1 from 2019 Skate America. a minute before I play the next clip. All right, clip number 2. This is from 2019, Cup of China. All right, clip number 3, 2019 Finlandia Trophy. All right, it's time for clip number 4 from the 2020 World Junior Championships.
Can you give me a
All right, and clip 5 from the 2019 Internationaux de France.
C'est pour elle, voyez-vous, que j'ai décidé de quitter Paris.
Elle habite Rochefort?
All right, clip number 6 from the 2020 Canadian Championships. All right, I'll give you guys a minute and then we'll listen to them all once. Okay, we're going to listen to all the clips once more, pretty quickly in succession, and you can submit your answers anytime you're ready. Just make sure you use the round 2 form in the link in our video description. And it's gone. Use the round 2 form, and remember to put the same team name or alias or your real name, whatever you were using for round 1. Okay, clip 1. Clip number 5.
C'est pour elle, voyez-vous, que j'ai décidé de quitter Paris.
Pourquoi? Elle habite Rochefort?
And clip 6. All right, I will give you guys 2 more minutes to get those answers in. Sorry about the buffering. As long as through the audio round okay, it should matter less for the pictures since they'll be up for a couple minutes each. About a minute left. All right, go ahead and get those last in. We're just waiting on a couple. All right, let's go over the answers for round 2. Okay, clip, oh, stand by. Well, there's the answer. Turned on my second mic so you can hear me. Before Crimea River, I remember being very surprised at the train I saw. All right, number 2. was from 2019 Cup of China. Familiar piece of music, at least this season. And that was Chalk and Bates Free Dance, probably one of the most memorable programs of the season. All right, clip number 3 was from 2019 Finlandia Trophy. And that was Bettina Popova and Sergei Mozgov. Okay. Ever since I did the audio clips on Saturday, I've been singing the Money song so much that my 18-month-old now says money. She didn't know that word last week. All right, clip number 4, 2020 World Junior Championships. That was Ben and Vadim Kolesnik's rhythm dance. Aladdin, the new one. Still haven't been able to bring myself to see it. Clip number 5, the movie, not their program. I've seen their program. Clip number 5 from the 2019 International France. This one was a little more of a deep cut. It was Marie-Jade Loriot and Romain Lagax. I really liked this program. It was super popular, but I liked it. And 6, 2020 Canadian Championships. A little bit of David Bowie. This was Emmy Bronsard and Aissa Bouradia. I actually don't know how. Alright, freezing lap. So Bowie. Let me try to fix something. Yeah, I'm hoping that the video quality will improve when there's no music, since there's less to send, maybe. I also asked my husband to pause his bad movie upstairs. He watches bad movies when I'm busy, so I don't have to watch with him. Okay, so, but I do see that it is lagging behind quite a bit. First, and we'll give you an update. Your total possible so far is 66. And we have 4 teams with 66 points right now. So, and tied for first place, we have Virtue Moyers Mahler, the Lim and Kwan fan club, GOE's here, and TJA the Twizzler. Close behind with 61 points, we have Maybelle and Rose Red. And right behind them with 60 points, we have Anything GOE's and TBK. Where I don't know what place we are now, but with 56 points, we have Madison. Tied with 55 points, I Stands Fan 99 Nina and Debbie S. and the Fin Steps. With 9 points, Catherine and Figure Skaters Online. With 46 points, Lubov Deserves Better. With 44 points, we have the Virtual Clowns, Amanda and HBD Tessa. With 42 points, we have Linda Loves Twizzles. 39 points, Fan and KK. 38 points, We Will Find You. 32, Josh's Jumpers, and 22, Mac. All right. So, I'm gonna pause while, oh, it's buffering again. Did you guys hear the scores, or do we need to type them? Okay. Well, I guess some of you are hearing the scores. So we will try to move on, fingers crossed. And hopefully my neighbors will stop gaming or watching 12 movies at a time, or whatever it is they do that hogs all the internet. So, moving on to round 3, picture identification. So there'll be 6 photos. They're worth 5 points each. I'm going to post photos with the faces blurred. They'll be up on the screen for probably a minute or a minute and a half. So I'm hoping that even if the video freezes, you'll still be able to see. Hopefully it'll freeze with the picture on it and you guys will be fine. I'll give you the season. It's all this past season, but normally I give different seasons. You'll name the team. And no compulsories, that one doesn't apply to this past season either. So, okay. It seems like some of you heard the name, some of you didn't. So when we do the score update before the final round, I'll type them in the chat. So that way everyone can hear where they are in final question strategy. Okay, so from this past season, as they all will be. All right, moving on to photo number 2. All right, photo number 3. Okay, photo number 4. All right. Okay. I think 5 has actually been on the screen for about a minute, so I'm going to go to 6. then I'll leave this one up for a bit and then see all 6 at once on the screen. Testing. Testing. Okay, you can hear me at least. Great. Sorry, I didn't realize it would kick everyone out when I paused and restarted. Now it says there's only 6 people here. I tried dropping the bit rate, which I don't really know anything about. I just tried it, so I'll have to research that. Okay, better than before. Okay, there's only one question left, so hopefully we can get through this. Okay, so I think everyone has submitted answers. For those of you that are still with us, all right, we're gonna go over the answers, and then after that we'll do a score update. And if it stops working and you can't hear me again, let us know so we can put the scores in the chat. Okay. So photo number 1 was Victoria Sinitsina and Nikita Katsalapov. Photo number 2 was Olivia Smart and Adria. Photo number 3 was Haley Sales and Nicholas Wamsteker. Photo number 4, Carolyn Green and Michael Parsons. That was an early costume that I think for one Grand Prix and then switched. Photo number 5, one of the Bonnie and Clydes that we mentioned in round 1. Anastasia Skapsova and Kirill Alyoshin. And photo number 6, Katerina Wolfkasten and Jeffrey Chen. So out of 96 possible points, we still have 4 teams tied with 96 points. So still in first place are Virtue Moyers Mahler, the Lim and Quan Fan Club, Topic Dance GOE's here, or goes here, and TJ the Twizzler. With 91 points, tied for second or fifth, depending on, which rule of placement you're going by. We have Maybelle and Rose Red. Just behind with 90 points, we have BK. I just realized I jumped the gun and these aren't sorted yet, so this is going to be fun. With 85 points, we have Anything GOEs. $76 points, Madison. 75 points, a tie between Debbie S. and the Finsteps. 74 Gators Online. 70 points, I Stands Fan 99, Nina. 69 points, Catherine. 64 points, HBD Tessa. 59 points, a tie between Virtual Clowns and Amanda. 56 points, Lubov Deserves Better. 54 points, Chalk Bates Fan. 52 points, Linda Loves Twizzles. 39 points, KK. 38 points, We Will Find You. 37 points, Josh's Jumpers. And 32 points, Mac. All right. Yes, I can say I'm pretty good with music. I was a music major, and so I do feel like if I were playing, I would have an advantage there. And also, definitely, as I remember most photos that I take. So, different strengths, I guess. So, we are going to move on to the final question through it without any tech problems. So just a reminder, this one works a little differently. There will be multiple answers to this question. Usually I don't tell you how many answers there will be, but this week you will know how many correct answers. You will get 2 points for every correct answer. And 1 point lost for every wrong answer. So a bit of strategy, since you know your scores, to think about how much you want to guess and a little bit of a risk. So it's a little bit interesting. We'll see if we can break the tie at the top. If not, I do have a tiebreaker. All right. Which teams are in the top 10 of the current overall ISU world standings? You can list them in any order, but if you list all 10 teams in the correct order, you get a 5-point bonus. So which teams are in the top 10 overall ISU world standings? With a 5-point bonus, that's a possibility of 25 answer. So, good luck. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes. been 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes left. One minute left. When you're ready to Google form for the final question, make sure you have your team name. All right, it's time to submit. Give you guys a few minutes as I watch the answers come in. Not a few minutes. We're gonna wrap this up in about a minute. All right. So go ahead and press submit. If you haven't sent it in yet, we're going to go over the answers for this last one. Which teams are in the top 10 of the current overall IS standings? All right. So in first, these standings, they came out maybe about a month ago. I can't do time anymore, but it was in April at some point. So these are take last season into effect, but it's kind of the no worlds situation, obviously. So in first are Sinitsina and Katsalapov. Second are Guignard and Fabry. They always get those challenger points. Third are Hugh. Fourth, Gillis and Poirier. Fifth, Chalk and Bates. Sixth, Stepanova and Buchan. Seventh, Papadakis and Cizeron. Eighth, Fear and Gibson. Ninth, Wang and Liu. And 10th, Hurtado and Kalyavin. So, bit of a shake-up with number 7, which was why I didn't make the question to write it in the correct order. So this takes a bit of time to score. So we're gonna sit tight while we finish the scoring. Sorry about the tech issues again. I do have an idea of what to research for next time. Unfortunately, I can't make my answer, so Gonna have to work with what I have. Yes. Anyone have ideas for themes for future ones? Someone's got to talk me out of deep cuts on mid-ranked North American dance teams of the O's. If you haven't played with us before, we will announce the scores, and we post a little graphic on our Instagram later on tonight or tomorrow. So, but the last question, obviously, since it's involved, takes us a bit. Oh, juniors only. Oh, okay. If you guys want it, I would have a lot of fun putting that together. Oh, sorry about that. Some of you thought the final round timing was a little short. Oh gosh, anything GOEs? Are you in Europe? That's dedication. How about this? If we do a juniors one, we'll post the theme. So that way, if you're not feeling too confident, you can try to join a team or recruit someone. Thanks for staying up in the middle of the night and playing with us from the UK. That's awesome. I know the timing is obviously less than ideal for Europe, but my child goes to bed at 8 o'clock. So, well, like 7:45. So 8 is really the ideal time for me, unless we want a lot of cameo appearances by to push buttons. Yeah, I've been thinking I might need to do just like a skating trivia at some point because I'm running out of ice dance questions. I think we are getting there with the final scores. Just waiting for the go ahead. Oh, Olympics only. That would be fun too. I've been having fun watching some of the rebroadcasts they've been showing on the Olympic channel. For those of you in the States that get that. Okay. We're ready with scores. Awesome. We do not have a tie anymore. And first, with 121 points, which I think is a perfect score, we have Virtue Moyers Mahler. Wait, checking. I'm going to check one thing. Okay. All right, so yeah, in first place we have Virtue Warriors Mahler, got the 5-point bonus for getting all the teams in the right order. In second place with 116, the Lim and Quan fan, who got all 10 teams, but switched around just 2 of teams. So close. In third place with we have Topic Dance GOE's here. Goes here. In fourth place with 111, we have Maybell. In fifth place, a tie with 110 points. So close to the pewter medal. TJ the Twizzler and Anything Goes with 108 points. TBK, 106, Rose Red. 96, Madison. Tie with 89 points, Debbie S. and the Finsteps. I think you guys have been tied the whole game. 88 points, Figure Skaters Online. 84 points, Virtual Clowns. 83 points, Catherine. 81 points, a tie between HP and Lubov Deserves Better. 73 points, Amanda. 70 points, Ice Dance Fan 99/Nina. 68 points, Chalk Bates Fan. 66 points, Linda Loves Twizzles. 62 points, Josh's Jumpers with a perfect in the final round again. 52 points, We Will Find You. 43 points, Mac. And 39 points, KK. Awesome, everyone. We had some great scores this week. And yeah, now I have to catch up in the chat. Okay, everyone wants Olympics only. Awesome. Virtue and Moyer and Davison White one? Maybe. I know some people had requested just Virtue and Moyer trivia, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to stump you guys. So maybe if we throw in some other teams with them. Thanks for coming out. I think I have a thank you graphic. I do. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. We have a great time putting these on for you. If you want to support what we do, we have our Patreon and PayPal links in the bottom. Most of what we do on iStance.com is volunteer. We have a full of things that we do to kind of support the business side, but you know, most of what we do is volunteer. So if you want to support us, that's always appreciated. And but most of all, thanks for coming. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, because we're gonna try to do some more with it. We have some ideas. We just need to have time to put them into practice. All right, I'm just having fun reading all the suggestions. Have a great week, everyone, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Is that? Stand by. I was just checking. I know my birthday's on a Tuesday, so I was checking to see if it's in 2 weeks. No, my birthday's in 3 weeks. So yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Awesome. All right, and good night, everyone.